So
I missed the music, man.
We broke the trend line. I mean, we've now broken that trend line, right?
Yeah, and I think we were not surprised about the news yesterday, and I think that was great. I think we just wanted to see the reactions. I was quite surprised to see the altcoins reaction after the little red candle down on the 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden the altcoins just woke up. So it's nice to see that they're finally joining the party.
You know what it is? It's a move to risk on. So it feels like it's like the market's playing risk on, risk off. What? Risk on, risk off, risk on, risk off.
Okay, I get you.
So the market's playing risk on, risk off, and right now the market is going. It feels like the market is going risk on. When the market goes risk on, it's going to be Bitcoin, it's going to be alts. Now, if you read into Powell's speech yesterday, he basically said it's going to be risk on until May, and then they say sell in May and go away. So we've got to see if it's going to be risk on until May. Let's see. Maybe that's one of the scenarios. Is we're going to get risk on, risk off until we sell in May and go away.
And after seeing the response on the charts, think what's your gut telling you? Ignore the rest. What's Rand's gut saying?
I'm not a good litmus test, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got post-traumatic stress disorder from all the previous things. So I don't trust the pump anymore. I just don't trust the pumps anymore. I want to trust it. But I mean, if you zoom out and you zoom out and you look at the big picture. So the way I look at the big picture now, remember, I'm not a chartist, but I've learned from the best of the best. Okay, so we broke out of the big trend. That's when I had conviction and I said, we've broken into a new cycle and this is
something
it.
Yes,
and I'm still saying that we've broken into a new cycle. You can say what you want. We're in a new cycle. Everything else is noise. Perfect retest. Okay, you couldn't have had a more perfect retest if you wanted to have a more perfect retest. Impossible. Now, we bounced off the retest, and now the move is starting to go back up, as you can see, starting to go back up. Now, you're playing this little small trend over here. You're playing this little trend over here, and you can see, let me just fix my line a bit. There, bang. Okay, we had a close above that trend, and we're going up. So this could be like a little breakout of a small trend, which is actually part of a much bigger breakout of a big trend.
Exactly. Yeah, I like it, eh? Look at those volume spikes. Just pause there. Look at those. You see those drops to those levels. Look at those nice green bars. I'm liking that.
Yeah. So there is a strategy that you can play here. So in a market like this, there's actually a good strategy that you need to be playing. So I think what we should do today is hold on a second. I think what we should do today is we should talk about the best strategy in this kind of situation. And when I say this kind of situation is you want to believe that the market's about to explode, but what happens if for the 9,000th time it doesn't and we go down again? And that's what we should talk about today.
Let's do it. Let's get out.
Hello.
Oh, I love how you put that.
I was busy concentrating, trying to sort something out with Sioma, so I was really caught off guard there.
Hello.
Oh, good, I love it. Okay, well, I think it's time for us to get into the good, juicy stuff. But I think let's tell the community quickly that, firstly, welcome to our beloved community. We love you guys. Hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday. I am going for a scan straight after this. I'm quite nervous. I'm hoping we can finally get something on when my little one is coming so I can stop having this jelly brains. But for anyone that is new, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Make sure you're using all of our tools. Make sure you're on the website, as you get a lot of free content there every day. I would say it's the best website for crypto content in the world. And make sure you're obviously using all the stuff below, as this is how we are able to communicate with you guys throughout. Remember, we're only here 1 or 2, 3, 4. Okay, we actually are like 2 hours a day with everyone. But other than that, we have to communicate with you somewhere. So make sure you're a part of our journey.
And just remember, just remember one thing. Beautiful. I want you guys to just remember one thing.
And I'm
Hold on. I just want you all to remember the most important thing in good times and in bad times.
And I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful. Who did that, bro? Beautiful. And I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful. And I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful, Sheldon. You're beautiful.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, show us the charts. Let's see what the charts are saying about yesterday's event. Guys, remember, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. If you've been here before, then help us like we help you. We're here every day, and we want to help you. All we need you to do is smash the like button. That's it. I'm here to entertain. I'm not going to, I can't add value. I can only entertain. So smash the like button, subscribe. Let's go, Sheldon. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it, brother. So obviously, as you did speak, we had the daily breakout, which I spoke about yesterday, everyone. The main concern that we were looking at, what we were very interested about, was the altcoins that we were looking at yesterday. They all had beautiful breakouts, which I'll get to now. But guys, one thing that is super important now is we got a Bitcoin breakout. We got beautiful volume behind it. The only thing is we finally have to reverse and we finally have to reclaim a higher high in place so that we know where we're at. So I'm needing Bitcoin within today or tomorrow to break above the 43,000. Reason being is we're starting to get higher time frame RSIs back to the top again. And in order for that is when we get our RSI reset and it gets to the top, we need the chart to be doing the exact same. So if you got an RSI reset, the last top to the previous top, we need the actual chart. We need a higher high that's actually printing on the chart. So we had a really good breakout, a lot of volume behind it. But now it's time. We had the 4-hour RSI, which was overbought, and now we're looking to make that way downwards today. That's why we're sort of having a slow red day in the market. But I am thinking and I am looking at Bitcoin to make its way to the region of the 43,000 zone. Now, this makes a lot of sense when it comes to the max pain of the futures closeout tomorrow. So it was quite interesting yesterday. We knew that the interest hikes conversation was coming up. We started getting Bitcoin to front run the market where it started already breaking trend and starting to get where it needs to get. And then we also had the 42,000 zone as the max pain. And all of a sudden we got a breakout last night. We did get a small little response to the downward side. And then we're now going to the top range of the next channel. And that is still that 45K zone. And we know that's the major breakout zone for the future to get Bitcoin back to the 50K region. Now, that's Bitcoin. Not super, super interesting right now, but at least we know Big Daddy is waking up. Now, looking at that, obviously, to the Bitcoin dominance, we did put a lower high in play with the dominance, which is good. And now we're starting to get a reverse. So we're starting to get the total 2, which is showing bigger strength than the total market cap, which means now that, let me actually show you guys what happened yesterday. So this is why it's so important today for Bitcoin to get above that 42K zone between today and tomorrow, because by doing that, we're finally going to get a proper breakout from the total 2. And this was that long wedge that we have formed since we started this downward sort of accumulating phase, actually. And this will finally back the momentum now to say that confidence is coming back within the alt as well. And we can look at a whole market, push up and start to get strength within the whole market and not just Bitcoin. So that's obviously looking pretty good, and I'm going to go through some of the alts now. And obviously the stock market reacted quite well yesterday. It broke the downwards trends. We have the US 30 that really started to show some strength, and it's reclaimed its first higher high. So when it comes to that, that's a really good sign for us. Remember, guys, it was never about the last 2-3 weeks, the whole world was in a bear cycle, if we can call it. But we always know what recovers quicker. And that was the whole point of it, is when the stock markets are finally going to start showing some strength again and start reversing. And when that happens, you can see how quickly the crypto market erupts. It drops quicker in a bear cycle than the stock markets, but it pumps way quicker within a bull market as well. So we finally broke that trend, is what we spoke about yesterday, where we did have this US 30 daily trend that was there, and we completely smashed through it.
Wow.
So that's good. This is where we're at yesterday. By the time we were busy with the call and everything yesterday, we just started peeking our head out just the tip. And now we're starting to get the whole body starting to break through to the upward side. How are you feeling about yesterday, brother, before I jump into the alts?
So before you go into alts, go onto the Hang Seng. So the Twitter, let me find you the
ticker.
The ticker. Just do a search for Hang Seng, which is the Hong Kong Stock Exchange.
Hang Seng Index, this one.
There we go, HSI. There we go. Look at this. Look at the Hang Seng.
Okay, so it pumped. Trying to find some better. It's very choppy, but it did pump. This thing was literally in the region. So what did we recover there within yesterday?
It recovered in 2 days.
15% more or less, yeah.
Yeah, 15-16% recovery in the last 2 days, which shows risk on is happening in China because China is going to start putting money into the economy again. And they're going to stop being, basically, China are going to stop being assholes. They're going to stop clamping down on tech companies. They're going to help out the real estate sector. They're going to start doing stimulus because they need to, because they're doing lockdowns. So that made the China market recover. So you've got China on a recovery. Then you've got the Dow on a recovery. You've got the NASDAQ on a recovery. So you're getting a lot going on. The market's telling you that it's risk on time again, which is crazy. I mean, if you think about it, it's crazy. It's crazy that the market's talking risk on so short after. I mean, as Jerome Powell spoke, the market went straight back onto risk on.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
You know why?
Oil had quite a bounce as well. Yeah.
You know why the Hang Seng went up and why Alibaba went up and why Baidu went up?
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
That's why.
Who was praying, Ran? Who was the guys chanting?
All right, talk about altcoins because I think Total 2 also broke out, right? Total 2 is total market cap.
Total 2 broke out on the short time frames. Yes, it broke that long structure, call it the 2-week structure. But the main interesting thing is it made its way all the way, like I was saying, to the top resistance of since we got into this accumulating cycle. So this was big because we were in this downwards phase for a while. And then we changed the phase when we finally broke out of that and we started to accumulate. So a break of this Total 2 will just show us we're going to have a retracement of this big wave. And what that basically means is if I track that down, it's showing us that we can have a Total 2 break that can take us back to the region of the 1.3 to the $1.4 trillion mark. So it's just then showing us how important it is now that Bitcoin's finally back. You know, you were saying, how can people, do we get our hopes up and we get crushed again? We are at that level again where we can get rejection, of course. But what's so massive right now is we're finally getting the whole market basically settling within the stock markets, within everything that's starting to bounce. And that's just now securing, because what was stopping it the whole time, the previous times, was the stock market keep collapsing or things keep happening and it keeps ruining when we're about to get a crypto breakout. So now we finally have that stuff bouncing. So for me, this is a very critical level. Like I spoke about yesterday about getting these alt entries, and we got some really, really great ones. And I have a few that I want to add in today, and I'd love to get your opinion as well. But guys, this can be a breakout that can really, really put us back where we've been waiting for a while now for this downwards. And like, when's our portfolio going to grow? Where's it going to grow? Like this breakout is going to be a big one. And you're going to have a total market cap that's going to bring in billions of dollars into the market. And, you know, we can finally have the possibility of Bitcoin breaking through the top. I have a feeling about it. I don't want to get hopes up too high or anything like that. But my feeling will be a lot more positive if Bitcoin can break through within today to earliest by early tomorrow, above 43. We go above 43, like I'm deploying crazy because you start looking at the rest where this is the first clear Ethereum daily breakout where we've closed properly above now, and Ethereum has made a higher high for the first time in a long time. It has made a higher high. All of these times, yeah, there's the high, 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 there's the high. We have not made a higher high, and for the first time, we slow down, volumes come through, and we have a higher high from Ethereum. Now we start looking at to a lot of alts now. Look at Sandbox. Look how Sandbox absolutely ripped. Look at that volume. Look how quickly, this is why it's important to track a coin that's settling down. Look how quickly we exploded to the upward side. Look how we have ThorChain, which is obviously just not stopping at this point. I have taken some profits in this area. I'm still taking a little bit more at this point. I am looking to buy back in the region of the $6 zone, and I'm patient for that because I made 80 to 90%.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because, to be honest, I was buying a lot of ThorChain at like $3 and $4, $3.50 and $4. I didn't buy enough, and I feel like I've missed the boat. I really feel like I've missed the boat on ThorChain.
Remember like the tornado cash where it just goes. Like, just be patient. You're gonna get that buy. You know what I mean? You're gonna get it. Be stingy for that buy, and then we load up some more. So it's showing a big amount of strength, and I think it's broken very long time frame structures as well. So I'm seeing ThorChain be on this long road to strength over time, which means we want to be patient of not chasing the pumps and loading up whenever we do get the opportunities. Only reason being is because Bitcoin's not out of the zone yet. So don't be afraid to be clever with your buys when you're making 80 to 100% on one trade, you know, to take some off, get back in, you know, I mean, that sort of flow until we know Bitcoin's in a safe haven place, because that's the only one that can basically start to ruin. Now, before I get into any other alts, Ran, I miss our bets. I really do. I miss our bets, and I know I've lost 2. I didn't actually lose. Like, before we get, like, I lost, but Ran, this is probably the unluckiest of Ran, like, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. Look here. No, let's be honest. I was right. Like, I wasn't wrong. Look at that. That's a lot. That's not even a little bit. That's like 55% ETH outperformed Solana.
Can you imagine if every single Olympic athlete that came second or lost his race went back and said, I won the race, but only I came last because, bro, you lost the bet. It's historical now. You lost the bet. You ate stinky fish. You had a haircut live. What bet would you like to take now?
Okay, we gotta ask the community on what bet we're gonna take, and I think you can set the. You can give the suggestions on what. My bet is Fantom. I saw a tweet from you and saying that you think the bottom is in for Fantom. And I want to sit and say, I think the bottom is between 80 and 90 cents is where I see the bottom for Fantom. Let me get where's my chart? And I'd actually like to take a bet on this. Now, it will probably play out within the next...
I think if you're saying 80 to 90 cents, that's not a bet for me, because when I say that the bottom is in, I think I made that tweet when Fantom was about 109 or like 105. Now, but for me, the difference between 105 and 90 is not significant. I think that we're in the bottom area. I think it's been fudded out. You basically dropped so much FUD on this thing that it's going to die. But the smart money right now says when there's FUD, that's when we buy. And that's why I said buy. And if you start looking at the recovery, let's look at the recovery. Look at the number 1 token on my recovery list, Popsicle Finance, which was the most bashed up token in the most bashed up ecosystem, right? So I think we saw the bottom for Fantom and the Fantom ecosystem. Whether if there's a pullback on the market, can Fantom go back to 80, 90 cents? Yeah, of course it can. It's not going back to 50 cents. Unless this market absolutely gets...
No. Okay, yeah.
It's finished. It's finished. I mean, the Fantom FUD is finished.
Do you think it's just going to recover?
I'm not going to say... Yeah, I'm not going to say Andre's coming back, because that's not true. But I think the FUD's finished. Let's just say the Fantom FUD is finished. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Fantom FUD.
So you're not taking the bet. So we'll have to find something else to take a bet on.
Give me under 70 cents. You got yourself a deal.
No, I can't do that.
Okay. So then there's no bet here, because we actually both believe the same thing. We both believe the same thing.
So I'm looking with Fantom. I'm looking same thing. Up to this zone here, rejection, and this is where my sweet spot is. Between the, call it, 72 cents to the 85, 90 cent mark. That's my zone to load up on Fantom. I think it's an absolute bargain. I think as a long-term investor, you should be drilling at those prices. And I think it's just another opportunity. And it's also another lesson for those for taking profits along the journey up. Whatever goes up quick, the same as the ThorChain pump. It pumped up, take some along the way. We'll get entries. We'll always find good entries within the market. Don't be afraid to be loading off, because this was quite bad. This was $3.4 and it went down to $1. So that was quite a big hit.
It's not the first time that that's happened in crypto, and it's not the last time that you're going to get FUD. What I do think about the whole Fantom situation is the following. How many ecosystems have we had where the most prominent figure has left the ecosystem and the ecosystem continues to tick? We had it with Bitcoin. So obviously Satoshi left and nothing happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin got stronger, right? And so now I think Fantom is the first test for a smart contract platform where the founder, if you want to call it, not the founder, because he wasn't really the founder technically, but one of the original guys left, big. And now Fantom needs to basically walk on its own 2 feet, and it will walk on its own 2 feet, because what Andre Cronje did when he left, they have a roadmap for the next 5 versions of Fantom, and they're just going to keep extending it. So the market can keep fighting this thing. But ultimately, if you look at it on every other metric in the world, TVL to market cap, number of transactions to market cap, you look at it in any metric that you want, Fantom has all the metrics. So don't listen to the noise. I'm not saying that you must put all your money into Fantom. I'm just saying don't listen to the noise. When others are making noise, that's when...
Always use this as opportunities. It's an opportunity. Yeah. That's all that it is. The fundamentals haven't changed. And I think that's a great thing. I think it's just a lesson on when a coin's giving you 300-400% in a few months, just to not fall in love too much and to just take some profits along the journey. I think it's a big lesson, right? It's something we got to change within. If this market erupts now and we go back to 60K, like we got to really work on this with the community that we start looking after this a lot more. So the big ones yesterday, guys, and I think it's one that we started to speak about a lot more, was a DOT breakout, which was good. So we got the beautiful entries within DOT. Now, remember what happened now is a lot of the coins have broken out and they're starting to rampage now, and you want to be buying these retests. So what did happen was we do have the 4-hour reset of Bitcoin that's starting to come down now. And if we do have a reset of DOT coming back to the early 18 areas, and we're back in entry zones, I'll be loading up. This is the time. We had a total 2 verge of a breakout of total 2. And the problem is with the alts, because they got sucked, these things jump and they pump so quickly. You know how hard it is to get entries once these things have went? Like RUNE, for instance now. Where do you buy now? If you miss the pump or you miss the breakouts or you miss these sort of views on, where do you get in? And that's the same position. RUNE was in the same place. So where DOT is right now, where DOT just broke out at that point is where we're at with a lot of the alts right now. So DOT, I think we got fantastic entries. I think we got great stop losses in play, which was great. And that's looking strong. We then had the Arweave breakout yesterday. Great volume from Arweave. There's the breakout from Arweave. It's changed pattern. It's looking great. And I think it is. So because it had such a big volume bar up here, I think it is going to come back to the region of 31.5. And that's still in the tip of the box. And I'll be comfortable still buying in that zone. And I'd still be setting my stop losses under the previous low of around $27. But I don't think you're going to miss Arweave, because look how we get in this big volume spike. And it's very similar to the RUNE trade, where we changed trend a while ago. And this can show us very, very strong gains. We know how quick Arweave can get moving when the market moves strong. And that total 2 breakout's going to send these things. We're going to see a massive shoot to the upward side. We then have the Chainlink breakout. There was our entries yesterday. Now, remember, we had one question from the community to say, okay, we should be buying breaks and buying retests. How much should we be buying? So for me, it's very simple. The 50% rule on the breakout, 50% retest. Because there always is going to be, here's the high of Chainlink. It's made a higher high very clear. But if you do have a look at your sort of lower time frames, these RSIs are getting a bit high. So your buy signal was on the break there. And then when we have a retest signal of your RSI make its way down and we have a retest is when you stock up again and you place that. But Chainlink's breaking structure. Chainlink's looking good. It's breaking that long-term downwards move. And it's showing me regions back to the $18 to the $25 region. You know what I mean? You're looking at 80, 70% gains. This is temporary for now. And this can be a push from Bitcoin even to 46. We will see as we go, but stop ignoring the money that can be made in the market right now, because we're getting the signs. And without you getting in, just plan your risk. As long as you got your risk plan, you remember what I said. If we at any point break back into these trends, we're going down. If Bitcoin breaks back into those trends again and gets a thing like we are going down, which means your stop losses are in, and worst scenario, you get damn stopped out, and we're making 20, 30, 40% more tokens. Like but we're getting signs of break to the upward side. You cannot miss it. Otherwise, you're going to struggle your ass off to get an entry again. So Chainlink, strength, Kusama, strength. Look at the Kusama trade, which is looking great. Axie Infinity, breakout. This one is still in the region of being able to buy, which is between the $49 and the $50 region.
I'm not a fan of Axie. I'm not a fan of Axie at all. I wouldn't be buying Axie long term. You can trade. You want to trade it.
Trading portfolio, guys.
You want to trade the momentum.
Trading. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the trading portfolio size. Remember, guys, always be sure, because I went through another call with the community last night. And I had my team on with them. I'm just trying to see if we got the slide here. Have we got any of the slides where I did the stuff last week?
They still up here.
I don't know if they're on here. I just want to have a look if they are on here. Otherwise, we'll get them back up. No, not these. Anyway, is your percentages. Remember the percentage of your portfolios that you should put into these things. A lot of guys are way over too much into small cap coins, and we have to change that mindset now. Like 15% max of your portfolio into these high risk tokens, 35% medium risk, and 50% in the huddle. Keep that in mind when you are doing these. Axie is a good trade, but it's falling under the 15% mark of your trading portfolio. That's how it should work, but it moves.
I'll tell you what I would do. I'll tell you what I would do now. Because the market is choppy, and I'm not convinced that this market correction, that this market breakout is real, but I want to hedge myself, and I want to make sure that if it is real, that I'm actually on the boat. So the first rule that I would have is I wouldn't be trading any token that I'm uncomfortable to hold. So in case I get caught in case I'm not successful, and in case I don't listen to my stop loss, which often happens, I want to make sure that if I land up holding the token, it's a good token. So give you an example. Arweave. If you buy Arweave, you're buying it for you can trade it because it's also in trading range, but it's also a good long-term hold. So buy it. Same thing with DOT. Same thing with Kusama. Axie, I'm not a big fan. It's another story for another time, but I just think there's going to be better play to earn games, and then Axie is going to go to, eventually it's just going to go to zero because no one's going to play it anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. That's not for this show. We can have a debate with Hustle.
Yeah, so I think it's an interesting topic as well, Ran, is how do you find a way in this market? Because I still think it's going to be a slow recovery, even if the market does start coming now. And the sort of thing is, the problem is you got to accommodate for guys that bought, let's say they 40, 50% down on some alts. You know, I'm sort of deploying a trading portfolio so that within profits, I can keep adding more of those long-term tokens to finally start reducing. It's token collection right now. And I think we've got to be focusing on quantity of tokens until the dollar season is here.
Here we go. Is this so this is the Degen-ish portfolio. Remember we gave the Degen-ish portfolio. And we said, look, it's a mix of, we think all of these are good tokens. Some of them are more aggressive than other tokens. And the idea is to say, look, if you're going to be buying dollar cost average into these ones. Now, some of them have already had an amazing run. Like RUNEs are up 125%. Terra's up 83% since we called it. Astroport's up 181% since we called it. Net, the portfolio is up 13.3% in a month. So in this last month, the portfolio is up 13.3%. Okay. The idea is if you want to be buying now, then what you should be doing is you should be degenning into these tokens or your version of these tokens. Everyone has their own version. I would probably update that. I'd probably add an Arweave to that and stuff like that. Now, some of those tokens haven't done anything, which is actually a good thing because that means that they're going to recover next. You're not going to get, unless something fundamentally is broken with these projects, you're not going to get a situation where one token dies. And so the ones that haven't moved, that may be the opportunity if the market continues to go up. But any one of these tokens, I'm comfortable to hold in a bull market and a bear market because I know they're all going to survive and they're all going to do fantastically well. That's the first thing I'll do. Second thing is, I don't know if you remember this portfolio. So it started off as my KuCoin portfolio. I then moved some money to my MetaMask and I'm trading it on Uniswap. And I'm using CoinStats because CoinStats allows me to see the stuff that I have on my KuCoin and the stuff that I have on my MetaMask in one view. So this portfolio it started at 50, then it got to 37, then I invested at 37, it went down to 21. So about a week ago, this thing was on 21,000. But I haven't done anything. I just sat back. And I waited patiently. Now, this portfolio is a little bit more aggressive than this portfolio. So this portfolio here is quite balanced. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Luna, Fantom, Solana, it's balanced. This one is a little bit more aggressive. I don't have any Bitcoin in it. I've got very little Ethereum, just some change from a purchase. But it's the next tier down. So this one, first what's going to happen is the good coins are going to recover. Then the coins in this portfolio are going to recover. But these coins, when they recover, could recover like an elastic band. It's like literally go from one side and then fly out to the other side. So I'm patient here. I'm patient here. You see that? So I'm patient here. I've got my portfolio is now 38,526, which is about where I started. And I think given what the market's been through, if I'm more or less where I started when I made this portfolio, that's good. I know that if the market continues to run, this portfolio explodes. This portfolio explodes. So this is like a slightly higher risk portfolio. There's a little bit more risks in this portfolio. Yeah, I want to answer that. Should I buy RUNE or wait? I think Sheldon did answer it. Just for you guys.
Yeah, wait.
If you want, I've been using this tool a lot. This is the CoinStats tool. It allows me to see all my tokens on all my exchanges in one place. So if you want to see your whole portfolio in one place, there is a referral link below if you want to get it. If you don't want to get it, that's cool. But just if you want to be using a system like this, this is the thing. Now, I want to show you one other thing. I've been trying to buy ThorChain. I bought some at 330 and I bought some at 4. And that's it. Now I'm not going to buy because you told me not to buy. And I'm going to watch this. But if you're going to buy ThorChain, one that you should be also looking at is ThorSwap, which is ThorSwap is actually the exchange that's built. It's the exchange platform that's built on top of ThorChain. So this thing moves up much quicker than ThorChain and down much quicker than ThorChain. So you see, in the last 7 days, ThorChain's done 50%, and this has done 100%. So it's almost like if you want to buy ThorChain, you buy ThorChain and you buy the ecosystem. But remember now, if ThorChain goes down, then this is going to go down. So my suggestion is that what you should do is wait for the pullback. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for a probably $5 to $6 ThorChain. That's what I'm going to buy again. And when that happens, I'm going to go and buy ThorSwap. Everybody's saying Miles did a show today. Yes, Miles did a show today. He said there is an unlock that's coming on ThorSwap and it's going to get destroyed.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, that's what people.
We must look it up.
Yeah, well, Miles said it, so you can just go watch Miles' show. That's what I would be doing. I'd be buying things that I think are that I'm happy to hold if things don't go wrong. And to be honest, I don't know if I'd be buying today. I just feel like if I'm buying today, I'm buying. We've had 10 days.
I'm buying the pullback today. So we had a pump yesterday. There's going to be a short-term pullback. I'm loading up. We've broken all trends. I will plan for risk, and I'll have that risk set up. But you can't keep working on the past and stuff. Like if we're going to break out, this is the time we're going to break out, and we have to keep working towards that. We have to, because Rad, what happened the last cycle last year, May, after the crashes? We had Fantom go down to stupid levels. We had Solana go down to stupid levels. Those two tokens alone changed a lot of people's lives. And it works on the matter of getting that one trade where you get that one entry.
There it is.
It is. And that's what we got to sort of focus on. So we got to use these breakouts. We got to take them seriously. And you're going to catch the one that's going to change your damn life. Like that's the whole sort of point of it. That's
the portfolio that we created after the May crash. Now, Luna is up 1,159% still. Solana is up 265%. Arweave is up 355%. That portfolio is up 185%. People are talking about, can I touch on Apecoin? Yes, I'm going to touch on Apecoin later on my show today. So tune into my show. We're going to talk about Apecoin. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about Apecoin.
Said, would you be buying? I'll be looking now, obviously, Qredo. Are you still interested in Qredo? Are you?
Yeah, I'm interested. I've got some in this portfolio. I bought some in from my other portfolio, but I'm not buying it now. I'm going to wait. Patience. Today is not a day for buying. Today is a day for watching, for telling everyone what you bought last week. It's not a day for buying today. If you're buying today, you're buying FOMO. You got to train yourself not to buy FOMO. And I know you think there's never.
I'm buying pullbacks.
I'm chilling, bro.
Pullbacks. Definitely.
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
I'm not missing a total 2 breakout.
I wish Fred was here, because Fred would tell me, you should have sold your Anchor protocol when I told you at $6.
So the ones that I am looking at, so as I'm saying, yes, a lot of them, yesterday was the buys. We gave the buys yesterday. We nailed the buys. We got the good push-offs. If there is a pullback back into the zones, I'm buying back a lot of them. Like I was saying, the DOT, the Kusama, for now, we got great entries. And I will be patient if there's any breakout coming and all of a sudden this market turns bullish at any point where we've got Bitcoin that rampages to the 43 zone. Matic, definitely. Arweave on the pullback. I think AVAX, there's a lot happening on AVAX right now. It's really broken strong daily trends at this point. And I think we can get a temporary pullback at any point back to the lower 70s. And I wouldn't be missing an AVAX entry. I think AVAX is it's showing strength. It's changed trend. It's not doing the same thing as what it was doing in these big downward sort of phases. We're definitely accumulating. And I think it's going to be one of the rockets that come out quite quickly. So Those are the ones I'm sort of taking advantage of as we go. I saw Rose was cheap. I don't think some of these coins are cheap, brother. I saw Moonriver, obviously, to say, like, just look at that volume. I'm just quite shocked on the volume. The volume was this you, Ran?
Wasn't me. I've got enough Moonriver. My boots are full of Moonriver.
Me as well, dude. I've been like capping on this thing as it goes cheaper, as it goes cheaper, as it goes cheaper. But you know, what would have cost you, you know, something a few months ago, you know, only 10% of that now will buy the same amount of tokens. So
You know what I haven't seen? Ooh. Cheap. Moonbeam.
Cheap.
$2 billion fully diluted, 2.5 billion fully diluted. Good layer one. Good layer one. All right, Sheldon, let's cut it because otherwise we're going to be here forever.
I think we must also go have a look maybe for tomorrow's articles. Arweave's really been doing well and it's showing a lot of strength in volume. So I think we must have a look on what's going on there. Give the guys some good articles.
Yeah, 100%. All righty, guys. I will see you guys in a bit, a couple of hours, 10 a.m. EST. Going to be talking about Apecoin. Going to be talking about what's next for our crypto portfolios because we have had a fundamental move. Yesterday was a fundamental move. See you guys again. Sheldon, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully.
Guys. So, Ran, just before we close off here, a lot of guys are asking on the gala yesterday, do we buy the retest? Guys, best damn platform that you can talk as a trader ever. Everything is here. Everything. I got all the entries, CoinPanel. Let me actually select the winner. Who wants a free year subscription of CoinPanel? Who would like, let's actually give one away here. I'll actually give two away. Let's quickly give two away just before we finish up here. Guys, remember, you go through all of this, you will see all of our entries, all of our stop losses, all of our TPs, everything is here. Let it be me. Here's one for you, brother. Enjoy it. Just make a lot of money, please. We're giving this away for free. And let's choose one more here as well. Guys, this market erupts. You want this tool. I promise you it's going to change your life. I'm going to help you split. I'm going to help you take profits. I'm going to help you put stop losses. I'm going to help you with a nice basic strategy. Let's give one more. I need it. Okay, Robert, there's yours as well, brother. I'll be giving away more tomorrow, guys. Cool, brother. Let's do it.
See you tomorrow.
Ran, we need to take a bet, brother. Let's think on a bet.
You have something to bet on. You can't just bet. You need to have something to bet.
Let's find something. Yeah, Craig's got to eat his fish. Like, what's happening there? Like, I feel like I got
Craig
rugged.
Craig needs to come. Craig, he ran away.